So what do we want every speaker who stands up here to tell Vienna? How to bring you business, right? So that's my first step. And I'm going to use it by the brag that I use. This insurance customer is a very good customer of mine. And he's got 7 people working for him. Actually 6 now. And it was very simple. I saw a process that they were doing over and over and over again. And every year we signed up for this service. It was like, I need your credit card. Oh, here's my credit card. There goes $1,500. And for the service that they needed to do insurance quotes. And the difference in my field, there's a big difference between a computer repairman and a computer consultant. A consultant will do what I did. I saw a problem. The owner wasn't interested in changing the service or spending the time to see if he could change the service. I did it for him. I spoke to the vendor. Can we use your web service? It's a lot cheaper, yada, yada, yada. Now for his 6 people, $300 a year. And he's like, really? You just saved me over $1,000? I'm like, yeah, and it took less than 2 hours. How can I tell you, who do you know that could get that kind of benefit for me? You know, it's hit and miss, really. What I'm looking for you to do is refer me. Hey, I know a great computer guy. Need some technology help? You got a new phone? I know a great guy. Let me have you give him a ring. I would like to call them. Because if I wait for them to call me, chances are good they're going to go with somebody else. A friend, a kid down the street, stuff like that. So, businesses that are really looking for support. You know, for the help to know that they should go to a higher-end copier that does PDFs rather than the copy machine they have now. So that they can virtualize their office, and when one of their staff needs something, they just pull it up on the computer. Yes, it's still in the filing cabinet, but they can get it right on the computer and zip it out. I actually got this idea from a CPA who, they said, Mark's calling. Oh, okay. He'd open up his tax 1040 and say, okay, I got your tax return right in front of me. What do you need? And I was like, that is amazing. So things like that are really where I'm consulting with people. What's the best solution for you? There's so much going on today with phones. Who knows that the new iPhone came out?
iPhone 4.
Yep, iPhone 4. Yeah, no, not on Sprint. Only on AT&T. So, is something like that going to be beneficial to you? Or should you get a Droid phone, which is the Google operating system? It really comes down to what do you do? I got a lot of feedback from the request that I sent out of what did you want me to talk about? And somebody said, well, what's good? And it comes down to really like, well, what are you interested in? Everything's good. They wouldn't be selling it if it wasn't that good. So a lot of things, I think the future really is phones. You know, and going to work and setting up your phone and it displays on the screen and it connects to your keyboard so you don't have to use a small interface, right? But these things are getting really, really powerful. What I do for my customers is help them keep it simple. Really breaking it down, going, okay, you want to do this process? Well, I can make it as easy as this. And really helping them that they can speed things up and get more work done like they should do with a computer, right? That's what they're supposed to do, right? Make things faster and more efficient. But if we don't use them that way, they won't be faster and more efficient. One of the questions was about social media. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. How many people are on LinkedIn? Okay, let's do the reverse. How many people are not on LinkedIn? Okay. So these social media are more about putting your face out there, right? People jump on Facebook and say, I want to sell on Facebook. Well, you'll be shut down so fast, it's crazy. It's really about putting your face out there again and again and again and again. We live in an advertising world where if we don't hear it 8 to 10 times, we don't remember your name, right? We hear those commercials on the radio, on the TV, through our email, over and over and over again. So that's what Facebook and Twitter are really about. LinkedIn is a little different. LinkedIn is more about business to business. I could actually catch you on LinkedIn and say, do you know, I'm doing dentistry software. Do you know any other dentists that would be interested in this? And actually make a request. That kind of request is accepted on LinkedIn, but not really on Facebook or Twitter. They're really just looking for you to push your name out there and say, here I am if you want to read more about me, just like my website. I'll give special deals on Facebook if you're a Facebook fan. But with all this new technology, there's always the concern about being safe. I was speaking to Ali about captchas, those little things at the bottom that you have to type in the code to confirm that you're human. And what a pain those things are, right? Because you can never quite read the letters right or the numbers right, or they're so squiggly. And one of the things we do for our website customers is we give them visual captchas that you can just click and move on. You don't have to type the text. So doing things smarter, doing things faster, this is what I'm helping customers do with technology. Now, they have to be interested in doing it. And then captchas is going to lead into staying safe. All right? Are you ever really safe? No. The high-end, highest security people have people monitoring. The U.S. government monitors their site to make sure we're safe from hackers from China, 24/7. All right. Opening questions.
Rich, I'm not quite sure whether this would categorize as a question or a comment towards what it is that you can do for folks who are doing their business. But I think one of the things that I've heard repeatedly from business owners are the amount of money that they waste and or spend, depending upon how you look at it, on paper, toner, things like that. And upgrading in what they have, and especially when you start talking about being able to copy something into a PDF rather than into a paper form, and send it off to somebody so that they can either view it and then choose to print it if they want to, rather than having hard copies. So, I mean, in my business, we unfortunately have to have a lot of hard copy.
Right.
We're inundated with paper and signatures and forms. But there are a lot of businesses, I think, that can use that as an alternative. So I think when you start looking for new clients or folks that you can help, it can be those type of people who run a business where they don't necessarily need it in paper form, but it has to be sent out on a regular, steady basis. And those are the type of people I think that you not only go in and do the one shot for, then you can actually change the way that they do their business. And that's, for whatever it is that they'll end up paying you, the savings is going to be phenomenal.
Right. The attorney that I converted over, he says, I figure I'm saving about $30 to $100 a month just on the time we spent looking for things in the filing cabinet.
Yep. Question. Do you provide like a buyer side consulting, for example, if, Michael, I've just picked Michael because he just mentioned about his computer stuff. So if there's a dentist office or something, they are trying to buy equipment. Now, of course, they're going to get pitches from the salesperson from this company, that company. Do you provide support from the buyer side that, okay, I am representing the business to get the right equipment?
If it's computer equipment, I'll shop and buy for them. And if it's somebody who even wants just, somebody by their side while they're shopping, most people today, they think, my opinion is that people who aren't in the tech field don't know how to buy a computer. And they find themselves a year later going, this thing is slow. Can you speed it up? Yeah, can we go back a year and buy something better? Which is really one of the issues today with netbooks. But yeah, I'll help people shop and consult in any which way they like.